Hi friends! There are sadnesses that don't arrive in storms. They don't come crashing in, they just sit quietly inside you. Like a small stone at the bottom of your pocket. You forget it's even there, until one day, you touch it, and your heart aches, just a little. The girl in today's story carries a stone like that. Tiny, pale grey, cool, and smooth. Something she picked up on the day she lost her best friend. It was an autumn afternoon. Golden leaves floated gently across the lake's surface, reflecting the soft sky like a mirror. She and her best friend, a small dog named Milo, used to come here every afternoon. Milo loved chasing falling leaves, splashing his paws in the water, then turning back to look at her with those laughing eyes. But that day, Milo was gone. The sickness she thought was just a cold had taken him away overnight. She sat by the lakeside in silence, holding a little stone, the one Milo had once nudged with his paw while playing. She kept it in her hand, as if letting go would make every memory disappear. Since that day, she carried the stone everywhere. In her pocket, in her backpack, sometimes under her pillow. She told herself, as long as I have this stone, Milo will always be with me. Years passed. She grew up, moved houses, changed schools, changed cities, but the little stone never left her. One morning, in the middle of her busy life, her hand brushed against the stone again. It was still cold, still small but suddenly heavier than ever. She decided to go back to that lake. The sky was clear, the breeze soft. Though time had passed, the scene hadn't changed. The same trees, the same quiet water, and the sound of rustling leaves, almost like Milo was still running somewhere nearby. She sat down on the grass, placed the stone on her palm. You know, she whispered, I still think about you every day, but I think I've forgotten how to smile when I do. The wind carried the scent of fresh grass. She smiled for the first time in years, and this time, no tears came with it. She knelt beside the lake. The water was cool, sunlight glimmering on its surface. She held the stone one last time and whispered, Thank you for staying with me, for teaching me how to love without needing to hold on. Then, she let it go. The stone fell softly with a small plop, ripples spreading outward, fading into the water. No drama, no tears, just a quiet peace, as if Milo was still there, running by the shore, looking back at her with those same eyes. If you're listening right now, think about your own little stone. Maybe it's someone who left, a pet you once loved, or a memory you haven't dared to touch again. Find a small stone and imagine it as the home where your sadness rests. When you're ready, hold it and say, Thank you for staying, but from today, I'll let you rest. Then drop it into the water. Let the current take it away. Not to forget, but to learn how to love without holding on so tightly. The girl stood up, watching the last ripples fade on the lake's surface. Her heart felt lighter, not because she had let go, but because she finally understood. True love never disappears. It simply changes form. Her voice softened, like a lullaby. Not every sadness needs to be erased. Some only need to be set down. She turned to leave, sunlight catching her hair, and in the distance, a soft bark echoed. So familiar, it could have been Milo's. Thank you for continuing this journey. This is video 3 of the 15-part Healing Your Inner Child series. If the cat room was where you met yourself again, and the unsent letters was where you spoke what you never said, then the sad little stone is where you learn to set things down, so your heart can finally rest a little lighter. Thank you for walking with RadioColor this far. See you in the next video, where we'll learn to open our hearts to warmth once more.